This film also had the creepiest Santa. And you could,
oh my god, yes!
I'll pick Andrew Garfield. Peter 3.
Peter 3.
Ooh, that comic book filter.
This green ball.
This green tennis ball is Vecna. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't see it, but I know what you're talking about. I almost feel like we have to do that one now.
I know. We'll get to it. We will get to it.
We'll save our energy for that one.
We will get to
save it.
Focus. Focus time. Focus time.
Hello, Cinema Peeps.
Hello, Cinema Peeps. Happy Tuesday.
God, it feels so weird. I just saw you. Now
I
we're
know.
separated again.
I know.
Too long.
Too far. We're too far.
That's okay. We'll see each other soon.
Yes.
We'll see each other soon. But boy, Cinema Peeps, we got the content.
Oh, do we ever?
Watched. So I went to go visit Kendra a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
And we watched like 5 movies. Guys,
can you believe it?
You'd be so proud of us. You'd be so proud of us. But today we're only focusing on 2. And that would be, just because Kendra said it would be really funny, Thursday Murder Club.
Yes.
And Freakier Friday.
Freakier Friday.
Woot, woot. Okay. Let us dive in.
Yes.
All right. I vote we start with Thursday Murder Club.
Okay, let's do that.
Especially because Thursday comes before Friday.
Right? We're going to go in order and sequence. We have a whole theme going here, guys. I know it's Tuesday, but,
we're already focusing on the weekend, Thursday, Friday. Let's go.
And considering by the time this episode comes out, Thursday Murder Club will have been out for 2 weeks now? Or a whole week, I think?
2 weeks, yeah.
2 weeks, yeah. Okay.
Because,
or a week and a few days.
Yeah, because it actually came out on a Thursday last week.
Did.
Hilarious.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're recording pretty much fresh out of after the long weekend. So
yeah, fresh after the long weekend.
It's somewhat fresh up in here some days. Yeah. Some days it's questionable. I will say, I tried for like the first 30 seconds to give Pierce Brosnan a chance, but after the first scene, I gave up. I was like, I turned to my mom. I was like, sorry, no.
I was wondering if you were gonna have a difference of opinion or not.
No, I tried for 30 seconds, and then I was like, nah. To me, Pierce Brosnan is too posh. He is too posh to play Ron.
It's hard, especially after being a James Bond. Like, it's very hard to not, like, see him as such.
Yes, and he's definitely done more, I think, scruffier roles, I feel.
Yes.
Like I've seen as of recently, but... And again, maybe it also doesn't help, because from what I remember from the books, Ron is a shorter man.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't help that Pierce Brosnan's very tall.
Yeah.
And he's definitely more scrappy.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't feel like they tried to make him scrappy whatsoever. Even the wardrobe choices did not make him feel like a scrappy guy.
I find, just based off of some of the other films I've seen Pierce Brosnan in, they have they bring the character to him. They say, this is what we're looking for. This is what we want. And he just goes, I will do whatever I want. Because, like, I also feel like, and maybe it was just because when I read the book, I listened to the audiobook of Thursday Murder Club, and the wonderful woman who narrated it did voices, which I loved.
Hell,
and the voice that she did for Ron was like very like Cockney accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so that's what I was expecting from Ron, and I feel like there was an effort, or there was an attempt, but Pierce Brosnan's like it's like he gave up sometimes, or he just can't do his accent, maybe? I don't know. Like, I get it. He's Irish, he's got his own accent, so I'm sure that's difficult to do, but I just felt like it, like, wavered a lot throughout the whole thing.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't know what the process was. Like, maybe he read the books, or maybe his wife did, or no, I don't think he has a wife. Sorry, Pierce Brosnan. But maybe he knew of the books, and he really wanted to be part of the world, and I cannot blame him for that. The books are great, but I just didn't see him put, like, an ounce of effort into his character.
Yeah, no.
Like, the most was maybe the protest, and even then it was, like, a little whisper of such.
Or, like, the weird, like, scene where he is pretending to be a little cuckoo, and just to get the policeman to come talk to him so he can be like, I want to speak to the lady cop! And you're like, whoa.
Like, he's definitely more brash, and, like, yeah. So, and I mean, to be fair, I know we talked about that, I think, earlier on, that I had my major doubts.
Yes.
And it was just very much confirmed in this film for me. But I mean, sorry, I know I jumped right into a negative, but I will say, like, overall, like, I thought the film was okay.
I would agree.
It, you know, I feel like I was excited to see, Cooper's, you know, like,
Cooper's chase.
Just see it, you know, and I felt like set deck was fantastic. Like, I really felt
nailed it.
I was there.
Yeah, they nailed it.
And I mean, they also add some fun things like the llamas, and I was just like, yes, this is so funny. But I mean, I even knew when they announced they were going to do it, I knew it was going to be a very difficult book to put to screen. Because one of the things I love about the book is that you get to read from different characters' perspectives.
Yes.
Another big thing is you get to read Joyce's diary, and sometimes you even actually get to hear, like, the villain, like, their monologue, you know? Like, to me, it's such a cool way, and it can, I've heard some people complain that it's very confusing. I just say they're weak. Just kidding. But, like, I don't know. I love that style.
Yeah.
Which seems kind of funny, because, like, I feel Quentin Tarantino does that a lot, and so did James Gunn for The Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad. True. And it kind of annoyed the living piss out of me. But in book form, I seem to enjoy it. So maybe I'm just a giant hypocrite. Who the fuck knows? But I knew adapting the book was going to be difficult.
Yeah.
And I felt for the most part, I think they did an alright job.
Yeah, I would agree.
There's a couple story things, though, I'm kind of like,
yeah,
that was an odd choice. I think one of the changes that, like, I wasn't a humongous fan of, but, like, it kind of makes sense narratively why they did it, was making Chris kind of stupid.
Which one was Chris?
The police officer.
Oh, right, the captain?
I don't know, I just got this vibe, they really dumbed down his character, which I wasn't a humongous fan of.
He was
in the books, he's not dumb.
Almost.
Right? Like, he's not dumb in the books. He is a decent police officer. Yeah.
Like, in the books, he kind of gave me more of, like, like, Captain Lance from Arrow kind of vibe. Like, maybe not looks, but, like, attitude. He was more like that. Yeah.
I would agree 100%. And, you know, Donna's also a very strong cop, you know, and they both, you know, they're trying to resist the Thursday Murder Club, but they are very charmed by them, and eventually they do give in, and they're like, civilians aren't supposed to participate. And then if you read the books later on, they basically let them in the investigation the entire time.
Yeah.
You know, despite their best efforts. But yeah, I just felt like in this, they really kind of dumped him down a little bit. And I get it, because they tried to make Donna the more open cop to, like, having the Thursday help and be the foil to each other. So, like, I get that. I wasn't particularly a huge fan, but I understand story-wise why they did that.
Yeah, yep.
And the other thing that really stuck out to me, which, spoiler alert, everybody, sorry. They arrested, not Bagdon, but, I don't know how to say this.
Yeah, Bogdan,
yeah.
Yeah.
They arrested Bogdan, which definitely did not happen in the books. He got away with murder, 110%. And they also added the weird storyline with the passports, which I mean, I know it's been a while since I've read the first book, but I do not think that was a storyline whatsoever.
I could not tell you. I cannot remember.
My mom said she was just going to skim the book, but now she's reading it again because she's like, I can't help it. It's just so good.
Nice.
And I was like, I agree. But, like, I do feel strongly. So again, maybe I'm wrong. I just don't think the passport thing was I think it was a thing added for the movie.
Yeah, that maybe.
I definitely didn't, like, the entire time. I turned to my mom at one point and I was like, I don't think this is in the book at all.
Yeah. Well, but they also cut out a lot of stuff with the priest, too, because I feel like the priest was a more prominent character in the books and everything.
And so was Gerald.
Yes.
Because he ends up killing himself. or unaliving himself, sorry, YouTube.
Yeah.
In the books. And that kind of plays like a red herring into the case. Again, understanding why. Because I would say out of all the books, I feel like the first book is a little like, there's a lot of like red herrings and a lot of like, sometimes a little confusing twists, I will admit. But, yeah, like things like that, I was like, I understand they want to condense some stuff, but yeah, I was very confused by the choice of arresting him.
Yeah.
Just because, again, because I can't remember. Did you read the second Thursday Murder Club book, or did you just read the
I haven't had the
first?
chance to yet. That's next on my list.
But I mean, there's been 4 books, and there's actually a 5th one coming out later this month, so I'm very excited. But like he plays a pretty important role with the Thursday Murder Club throughout the other books.
Which one?
Bagdon.
Bogdan. Yeah.
Like, he plays a very important role. Like, it's not like... I'd understand if, like, he was a whisper in the books. I would get that. But, like, he comes and like, there's still multiple chapters with him playing chess with Steven. Like, he has a relationship with him and Elizabeth, you know? And, like, he helps, like, the Thursday Murder Club solve their mysteries in the next series of books. So I just thought it was an odd choice they had him arrested.
Yeah.
Especially since, you know, like, Hollywood's big on sequels, you know? Like, you would think they'd want to adapt the next couple books, so having the choice of him being arrested, I think, is a little weird.
Yeah. Well, when you and I also said, too, we weren't 100% sure when they were when they were showing trailers, we were like, is it a series? So, again, I feel like I say this every time with things like this, but I feel like this would have been so much better as a TV series. Like, they could have had the ability to flesh that out a lot more, and because of the whole whodunit thing, like... Yeah, like every episode, and then like you're saying how all the characters are being, like it's all being told from different characters' perspectives, you could easily make that episodic. Like that would have been perfect. And then they could have had a season 2 for book 2, and on and on and on.
Right.
But maybe they just didn't want to take that risk.
Maybe. And I mean, I don't know if maybe Christopher Columbus, maybe he just wanted to do a movie.
Yeah, or well, and I mean, maybe the actors didn't want to commit to something like that too, because that's a lot.
Which is valid.
Yeah.
Very valid. Yeah, I was just kind of like, okay. A very odd choice, but we'll see if they do end up continuing, you know, the series.
Yeah.
We'll see how that kind of plays out. But it's funny you mentioned that, like, the show, like, it should have been a show. Like, I saw a couple reviews, and a lot of people were like, I just wish it was a show. And I was like, damn. So, who knows? Maybe Netflix missed the mark on that. There we go.
Right?
Words are hard. And I mean, again, as someone who's read ahead in the books, I was kind of hoping for some more, like, stuff from the other books maybe sprinkled in as, like, foreshadowing. And they only did one thing. Which was Abraham showing his picture of his boyfriend.
Right.
Which you don't find out till book 3, I think.
Ah, okay.
So again, I thought that was a very cute detail to add. I wish they also, like, in book 4, they explain, because I guess I guess I'm kind of stupid, but, like, the covers are very unique of the Thursday Murder Club books, and they have a fox, and I didn't really think much about it. I was just like, it's a really cool cover. But there is actually a story with the fox in, like,
really?
the last book. Like, they explain, like, why there's a fox, basically. In all the book covers. And I was like, damn, that could have been a nice thing to also see in the first movie, you know? Like, you didn't have to say right away why. But, yeah, I don't know. I was hoping for little things like that. You know, we did get the one little clip, but, yeah, I was hoping for a little more, basically.
Yeah.
A little more. But sorry, I feel like I've just steamrolled. What are your thoughts?
No, honestly,
very passionate about it.
No, that's good because you've read all of the books, so I feel like you have a little bit more input to give. Yeah, like I pretty much agree with everything that you're saying. The one nugget of information I can give differently is that I watched it with my mom. My mom's never read the books.
Okay.
So this was a first, like, exposure to her. And she herself even said, too, she's like, I was very lost through a lot of it. Like, she enjoyed the banter between the group and everything, and, like, Helen Mirren. She was admiring Helen Mirren's outfits throughout it. She's just styled so lovely. But yeah, she said there's a few elements there that she was just kind of confused about, and she wasn't sure what that was all about. And I told her, I said, yeah, unfortunately, you would have had to have read the books to kind of understand that.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a movie to watch if you've already read the books, I feel like.
Yeah.
Unless, I don't know, like, I don't know if another person who hasn't read the books could watch it and, like, pick up on it okay, but even watching it myself, I'm like, yeah, I could maybe... Like, yeah, if I didn't read the books, I probably wouldn't have enjoyed it as much as I did. But yeah.
It would have been better as a series.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just a little nitpick. Just a little nitpick, just a little nitpick.
Yeah.
Yeah, because again, I think, because it'd been a while, I was like, oh, doesn't David Tennant's character die first? But I forgot he dies second.
Yeah.
With all the ownership of Cooper's Hawks.
Which also too, like, I love David Tennant, but I don't know, I wasn't sure about him as the choice for that role.
Yeah, I think it might have been on crack, but I swear they said Hugh Grant was part of the cast.
Yeah, maybe I'm mentioning that, actually.
Maybe that was, like, early, because I know, like, they changed the cast of the main four quite a bit. To be fair, Helen Mirren never changed. They were like her. But they actually had, like, a bloke who looked like, to me, I was like, that is Ron. And then he got recasted by Pierce Brosnan. The actor they had for Abraham unfortunately passed away. Right. So Ben Kingsley had to step in. Yeah. Well, he didn't have to step in, but I think they were like, hey, we'd like you to come. But I thought he did okay as Abraham.
Yeah, he was funny.
I feel like he played like a weird character version of him.
He was very quirky, yeah.
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 And not like a genuine, like, I don't know. When he was like, my calculations, I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
I kind of snored when he said that. I was like, good Christ. And like,
yeah, he was definitely a lot quirkier than that they portray him in the book.
Like, to me, like, yes, he's obviously like the numbers guy. He is a very intelligent man. But like, to me,
he was a psychologist too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like there's I don't know, it just felt more genuine in the book versus his portrayal. But like, again, it didn't hurt me in any way.
Yeah.
I will say the actor, and I think Joyce has been recast a couple times, but I did like this woman who played her.
Yeah, she did good. I liked her.
She was very cute. I liked it. Yeah, so I do agree about David Tennant. When I did see him, like, I was excited.
Yeah, oh yeah, I was too. I was like, oh, that's awesome. But yeah, just, I don't know, it felt, maybe just because of how I had pictured the character reading the book, yeah, it just, he seemed too young, maybe, in my mind. I pictured somebody a little bit more older and more, like, rich corporate kind of.
Yeah.
You know?
And again, it's been a while since I've read the first book, but I pictured his character. I think they mentioned he's very vain. Like, he's very into his looks, which I don't want to be rude, but Hugh Grant definitely has that look. But, like, and I know he is a bit scummy because he does deal with a lot of, like, you know, underground dealings. Like, he's not a good guy. He likes to cheat people. Yeah. And I feel they made David Tennant look very rough around the edges. Maybe they were like, we can't rough up Pierce Brosnan, so we'll rough up David Tennant. You know? Yeah. But, so, like, to me, he looked really rough. And I was like, and again, it's been a hot minute, but I swear in the books, I just remember reading about him, he just seemed very vain of himself. Because he drinks the protein shakes. Like, I can't remember, like, in the book, he's talking about his inner monologue. Like, he doesn't even like drinking them, but he's just like, I'm supposed to do this, so I look great. Yeah. You know, so that was a bit of an odd choice. But again, it didn't, like, ruin things for me, but I was just kind of like, huh. Interesting choice. Christopher Columbus.
And is it Tom Ellis? Is that his name?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a fun surprise. I was like, hey, it's Lucifer.
Right?
So that was cool. But I kind of, I guess, and maybe just because age-wise it wouldn't have worked, but, like, in my mind, I pictured that character would be cast as Jason Statham. He just seemed more like that kind of a character to me. But I don't know, he did a good job. I thought he did fine.
I was excited when I saw him. I was like, oh, hell yeah. And again, this is my own little headcanon. I wonder if they casted him and then they were like, oh, this will now make sense with Pierce Brosnan because they're both tall.
I guess, maybe.
Right? Because again, I didn't picture Jason being super tall. But
Yeah.
he has, like, I feel like the vibe of Jason of, like, because I think in the books he is described as, like, he's a fairly attractive guy.
Mm-hmm.
But again, he's done a couple little seedy things in his time.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that actor is very good at doing that. He's very good at playing that.
Yeah, for sure.
So I was kind of like, awesome, he's there. But it's kind of funny to see him very helpless at the police station. He's like, Dad, I need help.
Yeah.
Help me. I was like, that's very funny. But yeah, like, I wouldn't say Thursday Murder Club was a disappointment.
No, I wouldn't say that.
And I thought it was okay, but I just think there were a couple story choices and casting choices that were very interesting.
Right. And I mean, that you're always going to be met with that, I think, with doing book adaptations into movies.
Absolutely.
No one's ever going to be fully satisfied.
I hate that I'm turning into my mother every day, being like, God, the book was better. That I'm like, shit.
I'll just make this official announcement now. Like, for any studios out there, 9 times out of 10, if you want to adapt a book into something and you're going, should it be a series or should it be a movie? Just go for the series. Unless it's a rom-com. Rom-coms can do okay as movies, I feel like. But, like, something like this, like, give us a series. Like, you've seen Dexter. Dexter was a book. It does good as a series. You know?
There is your answer.
Yeah.
There is your answer. But yeah, moving on to the next day of the week, we have Freakier Friday.
Freakier Friday.
Which we actually saw at a landmark
in
theater.
I've converted Caleigh.
I was like, oh my god, I shouldn't be here. People know. I will say, everything was pretty great, but I think landmark popcorn is not as good as Cineplex popcorn.
I would agree. I would have to agree.
But sorry, I'm getting distracted. Freakier Friday. Freakier Friday.
Freakier Friday.
I had a great time.
Me too.
It was such a hoot.
Right? And it was better than I expected. I went into this because when you had originally sent me the trailer for it coming out, I was like, okay, this could be cool, but I think I told you, I was like, I just really hope it isn't, like, too corny and they don't cheese it up too much, because no offense, but Disney has that reputation lately with their reboots, is they just really corn it up, and it's very cringe, and it's just not fun.
Don't get me wrong, I think there were a couple moments that maybe were a little too cheesy, a little too corny.
Yeah, but I can live with. When the whole thing is like, just like, where you're like this the whole time, it's like, no.
I think they did good to the core of the first film of Freaky Friday. I think you said it best, you know, like, it is essentially is kind of the same story in a sense, you know, except now, like, they don't really imply it, but I guess Lindsay Lohan's character decided to either just maybe have a surrogate, maybe, and not necessarily have, like, a father figure.
See, this is something we need to. I wanted to run this by you later on when we're talking about this, because I have a theory, and I want to know if anybody else has this theory too. So, yes. So Lindsay Lohan's character chooses to be a single mom.
Right. That's why I was like, that's a very odd choice of words, but
right,
that's what I'm going with.
And because they don't really delve into it, they don't ever mention a dad. Or did they? Did they mention a dad?
No.
I feel like did Harper not mention something about her dad at one point? No.
No.
Okay, so this could have been an interesting, like, but maybe it was not. Maybe it was too adult for Disney at this point. I don't know, but yeah, there was no mention of a dad. And you would think at this age that Harper is Lindsay Lohan's daughter. Harper is in this movie. You would think she'd have questions about her dad. And because they started doing the whole let's reconnect her with her first love, I was like, is Chad Michael Murray her dad? And they're just not saying anything about it, right? Because that could have been funny, but then again, I'm sure there would have been people being like, "Oh, but her daughter's in her mom's body and she's hitting on her, like, dad, like, ew."
Yeah.
So it was that kind of went, okay, well, maybe not, but still, like, that theory is interesting because there's no mention at all of a dad ever.
They're just like, nah, she's a single lady, and I mean, awesome, more power to you,
right? And I guess the other reason was because my mom was like, well, but didn't Chad Michael Murray and Lindsay Lohan get together in the end of the first movie anyway? And I was like, oh yeah, they did. So in that vein of the theory, it could be a possible, but I don't know.
I would say then like maybe it's a teen pregnancy, but timeline doesn't work for that.
Or if they were just like high school sweethearts that ended up like together,
right?
Because they both love music, they're both very passionate, so they could have both like went on to pursue music careers together, and they got married. I'm creating a whole new timeline.
She's creating a whole new movie.
Yep.
Whole new movie.
This is the theory I have for this movie.
You keep the theory. Keep the
Thank
theory
you.
strong.
Thank you.
Keep it alive. But yeah, she falls in love with a guy or a parent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So she gets called into the principal's office.
She's fighting with Lily.
Yeah, because
the exchange student.
Yes, they
too full of herself.
High school nemesises. And so she gets called. Yeah, she gets called into the principal's office, and the dad, Lily's dad, gets called into the principal's office as well. And that's where the two of them meet, and they start like flirting with each other.
I do love that scene where the principal's like, "Should we get a table for 3?"
Yeah, the principal basically just like wingmans both of them and like sets them up, which was hilarious.
How was Friday at 7 work?
Yeah, do you have any allergies?
Right, calling the restaurant for them. I thought that was a really funny scene.
That was very funny, yeah.
And
then we break into a whole montage of like showing this kind of relationship blossoming, and then at the end when he proposes to Lindsay Lohan, and then that's kind of where the story kicks off.
Yeah, the montage just reminds me of like the beginning of the Freaky Friday film. Like kind of the montages of
the mom and
Jimmy Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan like growing up. I thought that was really cute. So I was like, oh, cool callback. And I feel like that's what the film did really well. They did these certain callbacks to the original film, but they're like, we're not going to follow the blueprint to a T.
No.
They had like these fun moments where they kind of tease that when they swapped bodies. The younger kids or the adults in the younger bodies. They're like, we need to get out of here, and you see them looking at the motorcycles, like kind of calling back to the first, but then they're on like electrical scooters, and it's like, yeah, that probably makes way more sense,
right?
There was this funny moment, and then again near kind of the finale, when Lindsay Lohan's in Harper's body, and she's about to kind of do the same thing in the first movie where they're like trying to play behind the scenes, but instead Harper in Lindsay Lohan's body is actually like, actually, I'm gonna get my daughter to perform the song because she's much better. And again, there's this whole thing where sorry, I'm kind of going all over the place, but she then goes up to perform with her mom in the other person's body, because Harper finds out that her mom has been writing music again. And she goes, oh, you want to relive out your glory days, but it's because you had me, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, no, Harper, like, I wrote this song about you. And that's why in the film they were like, oh, she wrote this song about Chai Michael Murray.
Yeah, they thought it was about her first love, so they wanted to try to reconnect them so that it would keep her in LA instead of moving to England with the husband after they got married.
Break up the relationship.
Yeah.
But then, as we find out in the finale, the song is actually about Harper, although me and Kendra both have the same theory, thinking it was actually going to be about her dad.
Yes.
But turns out to be the daughter, which again kind of makes more sense. The mother-daughter dynamic was always the theme of Freaky Friday. So having that be the theme in Freakier Friday totally makes sense.
Yes.
So it's very sweet. So they all got to kind of perform on stage and not have this hidden moment kind of thing.
Yeah.
Again, not completely doing the blueprint of the original, but being like, hey,
they kept it in the same theme. Yeah.
So I thought, and I think that's what really, I think, helped the film a lot, doing these nice fun callbacks, but not doing it precisely as it was. And then again, having this extra layer of the kids being like, oh, we're adults, we call the shots, and having them kind of go wild, I thought was really great. So, and I think the bottom line, as always, like we like to say, I think they really cared about the film. So it showed. Yes, there was a little corny, like when Jimmy Lee Curtis has like the lip filler and she's trying to take her photo. Like, that was a little like, that was a little painful. Yeah. But like overall, like I think everyone obviously cared about this project, so like I could really see it coming through.
Yeah, me too.
And I will say I loved at the end when Chad Michael Murray was at the wedding and he invites this lady who looks like she has the same look from Jamie Lee Curtis from the first film.
From the first film, yeah.
It was so funny. I was like, that's
and he's like,
so
isn't she great? I don't know what it is about her, but there's something about her.
And they're like, yeah.
Yeah.
I will say the film is not perfect. I feel like there's a couple storylines that they didn't quite fully investigate.
I would agree.
Because it seemed like in the beginning, like there was obviously like a little bit of tension between Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis because she wants to come and help her, but she's like, "Mom, like I can do this," and she's like, "I get it, but let's recenter and regroup." You know, and I think they kind of chalk it off. They kind of say it later on that the husband is kind of just like, "Yeah, like I think she's just gonna be lonely if you guys leave," kind of thing. But they don't end up leaving, so it's kind of like, okay. So I feel like that could have been maybe explored a little more, but I feel like they kind of mentioned it, but then they're kind of just like, eh.
And they also kind of made it seem like her husband or her fiance and Jamie Lee Curtis butted heads a lot too.
Yes.
Which was interesting. I wanted to know why that was. Or if it was just because she's a psychologist and he's got his own views on things, so maybe that's why they were butting heads, but
like they kind of just like had it there, you know.
Yeah. I guess it wasn't important enough to like need to be explained,
right? But there was a couple little things like that where I was like, okay, we're not going to fully explore this, but like, okay, I guess so. Again, I think at the end of the day, the story was about the girls kind of learning about each other. No, I think it was about them, you know, realizing like that their parents really do love each other and like becoming more of a family unit, really understanding both of like that they're not so different.
Yeah,
and kind of coming together. And a little bit about like grief because it is mentioned that Lily has lost her mom.
Yeah.
So I think in her mind she was like, we got to go back to London, England, because if I'm not, I'm clearly not going to be connected with her. Whereas her dad kind of feels the opposite, where he's like, I just don't feel that way. And he goes, and I want Lily to have a fresh start. I don't want to feel like she has to be anchored to this place because it's not helping me. And Lily realizing like, oh yeah, maybe her and her dad are not having that kind of conversation. So thought all of that was very lovely.
Yeah, and I think that's also like another core theme for both this movie and the first one was, you know, being a teenager, your whole world is like the world revolves around you as a teenager, right? And so the whole kind of perspective of like being in the other person's body, you kind of realize, oh, the world doesn't revolve around me, and there's other people with their own feelings and their own shit that they're dealing with, and so that gives them that perspective. And both girls got the chance to kind of be less selfish and realize that it's not just about their happiness, it's about their parents' happiness too. Yeah.
And I mean, even like going back to Freaky Friday, like they do obviously that was kind of the big issue in that one was the fact that, you know, Lindsay Lohan was like, oh, you know, you're moving on, like we just lost dad and it seems like you're moving on and you don't care. You know, and realizing like, oh, that's not the case, you know, and realizing, oh, this guy is going to be a great stepdad actually because he really cares about me and my family. And so the fact that they did bring like grief up again, but actually like made it more of a focal point, but also like another side of it I thought was really good. Again, going back to the point that they obviously very much care about this. So they're like, hey, we can explore this new angle about that. And last thing, they also invited the brother back, which I thought was awesome.
Yes.
We were like, oh,
and I'm sure they would have had the grandpa too, but I'm pretty sure grandpa has passed.
Yeah, I think we looked it up and we're like, ooh.
Yeah,
and they brought back the ladies who own the Chinese restaurant.
Yeah, they brought them back. They brought the girls from Pink Slip back too. Yeah, and we were also trying to figure out if the guys from the band were back too or not.
Yeah, we weren't entirely sure. Sorry, we weren't entirely sure. Disney, sorry.
Yeah, but the two main girls for sure were back.
And like that one girl does not look like she's aged today.
I know, right?
Like one goth friend, I was like, I don't think you have you aged. Yeah, I was like, I don't think. Like, are you a vampire? What's going on here?
You just stepped out of the first movie, like I'm ready, I'm here.
Right? You're like, I am ready.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had a lovely time. It was awesome. Like I said, there's a couple things where it's like, but I think the core of the film was
Yeah.
great. So it
Yeah.
made it a very great experience to watch.
Right? I would agree.
And of course, I immediately had to download that "Take Me Away" song. Like, God, it's so
Hell
good.
yeah. Although I'm so sad that it's not the original song, and the original song is not available to listen to.
I know.
I mean, they're both fine, but there's just something about the original song that is better, right? But yeah, I won't be picky.
We will be picky. We will. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I do like the fact that it was a good balance between, like, they kept Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan had a lot of good screen time as well as the other girls. It wasn't like either of them outshined the other.
Yes.
So that's what I was happy to see too, is I was curious to know, like, even though Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis are in it, are they just going to be more in the background and the forefront's going to be more on the kids, or vice versa? But I'm glad that it was a good, like, balance between all four of them.
Yes. There was a nice balance, and everyone did a very good job. Everyone's swapping bodies. Round of applause.
Round of applause. I'm so glad that Lindsay Lohan has made such a good comeback in the film world.
I know. That was even
killing
better.
it.
I was like, wow, like, this girl's doing great.
Right? Like, she's awesome. And yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis was great. It was, it brought back lots of good nostalgia from the first one, and I thought they did it good. Yeah, I was happy.
Me too. Wonderful.
Yay!
Yay! But yeah, that'll do it for today's episode. Oh boy. Apparently I'm clocked out.
Yeah, it's time to
Cha-ching.
clock out for the day.
But don't worry, guys. We got lots of stuff, but we still have to talk about.
Oh yeah.
Before the month is over, and spooky month will be soon. We gotta figure out those movies.
Spooky month.
It's like we got stuff to do.
Yeah,
we got
stay
stuff.
tuned.
But for now, if you liked this video, please leave us a little like-see and leave us a little comment down below. Did you watch the Thursday Murder Club or the Freakier Friday? Do you think they should have remade Freaky Friday? And do you think Thursday Murder Club should have been a series? Because the answer is yes. But, you know, we are open to your opinions. Maybe. And consider subscribing to Two Pretty Cool Gals, in my opinion. But anyways, guys, watch all the content, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Monkey.